I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just reveal the pages.
And good afternoon and welcome to the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. Today Gilbert is in Las Vegas handling his contract there. He will be back next week, so we will hold it down for him until he does. I hope you guys all had a great week. Today is May 19th and we are celebrating and talking about reinvesting in our community here at the Business Zone and what that means to us. And as well, today's show is in honor of all of our future leaders. Hey, Candace, how are you? Our future leaders of tomorrow. And the topic today is preparing our future business leaders for tomorrow. And we have an amazing guest. She actually is a director at Los Angeles Unified School District, and she has a program she started called the Student Voice. And so we're going to talk to her. She's going to be calling in shortly and talk to her about what that means and what's going on with our children today, and are we actually preparing them to be our leaders of tomorrow. But before we get to her, which will be about 3:30 this afternoon, we are going to congratulate all of our high school and college graduates. It is graduation season. I know many of you have been going to graduations and prom, and your children are going to proms, and it's just that time of year again. So we are celebrating them and congratulating them for the excellent work that they have done themselves to graduate high school or college, and as well as congratulate their parents for all the efforts and the support that they've provided for their children. And this message is going to be for the kids themselves. I just want to talk to them and let them know that as they're embarking on their next journey and establishing new milestones that's going to take them on into their adulthood and to their adult life and their work life, this message is to all of them. You will encounter many challenges. This is for our high school graduates. You will encounter many challenges during your college journey that will shape how you view the world. You will do a lot of growing up over the next 4 years, and without the directions of your and guidance of your parents or your extended family, you're going to be pretty much on your own. You're going to be becoming adults. Or as my nephew says, you are now going to be an adult. And he says that adamantly because he has a problem. He's still dealing with the fact that he's a 20-year-old and he is an adult. So some of you will have those same feelings. And so now you're going to be making decisions on your own, whether they're right or they're wrong. They're going to be your decisions, but you need not to despair, because these will be what we call life lessons. And everyone from your parents and your grandparents, your aunts and uncles, we've all gone down this journey. We've gone all down this path. There are some of us have things in our path that we probably don't ever want to talk about again, and that had when we were going to college and our experiences, because we no longer will have the safety net, and we didn't either, of our parents. And hopefully you will remember that your parents have provided you with the tools over the past 18 years that you've been on this planet to help you endure and survive these lessons. And they're not going to be the end of the world. They're just going to be part of the journey. And that's how we become the people that we are, by experiencing life, not by sitting on the sideline and watching life. So don't worry, you will survive and you will prosper as well. I will say lessons that when you're listening to these lessons and when you're encountering these challenges, remember that small voice that you will hear in your head that's going to direct and guide you. And that voice is really going to be your parents and your wisdom that your parents have instilled in you, helping you make sure you're going in the right direction. So pay heed So just remember this message. Make your parents proud of you, make your grandparents proud of you, and just do the best that you can and experience life and know that along the journey, by the time you finish college and you head on into your adulthood and to your work and your career, that was just part of going through the process. Now for our college graduates, the time is here to apply everything that you have learned to lay out the groundwork for becoming our future leaders of tomorrow. So I hope you've embraced your challenges and you've learned from many of them. And they will help you move forward into the next phase and the next milestone of your life because it's going to be as challenging, if not more so. There's going to be heartbreak. There's going to be joy. There's going to be condemnation from yourself, hopefully not from too many other people outside of you. And a lot of it will be you judging yourself. But what we want you to be is prepared. Our business owners and our leaders need you to know to show them the ways to grow and improve their businesses, because you are the new guys on the block and you are coming with some amazing talents and skills and what we call in the business world in-demand technical skill sets that a lot of your business owners and a lot of your future bosses will not possess. They don't have a clue about some of the things, the social media. Some of them are very resistant to social media. So this could be a groundbreaking opportunity for you. So come forward with that skill set. You will learn from each other and you will have to meet each other halfway. That's just the way it is, because you're the newfound people on the block and they're the establishment. So you will be meeting each other halfway. This journey will be of understanding yourself and those that you will be working with. Your new employers will be looking for workplace force technical skills that are in high demand amongst our employers today. We are living in a world that our businesses are being disrupted every single day. And so your innovation, your creativity, your ability to communicate that to them will be very valuable to whoever you start to work with. You will need to master certain skill sets because there's some areas that a lot of our employees are not very proficient in. So one of those is being proficient in writing. There's a survey by PayScale that found that 44% of managers feel writing proficiency is a hard skill that is most lacking in most recent graduates, which is amazing because you spend 4 years writing papers. And so I don't know what happens from when you left college and when you got to the work world, but you need to be proficient in that and you need to take pride in that because that's what they're looking for. There is critical and crucial to submit proposals that are written well and that are also crafted well. So that will be a skill set that you need to possess. The other one, and this is a big one, it is critical thinking and problem solving. I think that's the biggest issue that I've encountered with employees and employers, and that's one of the things that they speak about all the time. So overall, 60% of the managers say that this soft skill is lacking in most of the new college graduates, is lacking in most employees today. So being able to think things out, problem solve, assess situations. And when you're going out looking for a job, there are questions that they're going to ask you that's going to indicate whether or not you have those skills. And one of those is, tell me about the time when, or give me an example of. So having an answer for that, both while you're looking to be hired and once you're hired, is a good thing for you to do because critical skills are paramount in today's business world. The other one, which is a pet peeve of mine because I'm in the accounting industry, is paying attention to detail. So in the accounting world, if you transpose a number or put in the wrong number, it really changes the story of the company's financial position. So it's very important that we pay attention to details and dates and so forth when we're putting information into our software systems, the accounting software systems. So that's 55% of the hiring managers report that too few candidates pay attention to details. We tend to spend what we do is we scan. We do this quick read thing, and then we don't want to read all the way to the bottom. And it's sometimes it's in that small print that the instructions or the direction of the way they want you to go is right there, and you really just have to take the time out and just pay attention to the details. The other area that they're going to be looking for is your excellent communication skills. 46% of hiring managers say that candidates' communication skills are much to be desired. So being able to communicate, and that's difficult in this day and age because we're using Twitter, which is 140 characters. You're using Instagram that requires no verbiage at all. Facebook, we kind of use acronyms and short terms and so forth. So it has actually changed how we interact and how we speak. And so you need to, a practice that I have is when I send out texts, I use full English skills and grammar so that I will stay consistent when I'm writing an email or I'm writing a letter or doing a proposal or a presentation, because unless you are in an industry where everybody uses acronyms, really the person that's receiving your communication will not know what you're talking about. Okay, and the last one, which is a big one, is leadership skills. Being able to show that you are a leader, that you're a self-thinker, you're self-guided and self-directed is important. And there are many people that's on Facebook Live today that I'm sure that you've encountered. If you have employees, those are some of your primary areas of concern when you're hiring. And I hear that from a lot of our employers that they're just disappointed in what they have to choose from. And it's important that you guys are able to get good jobs, good paying jobs, so that in the future, when you have your families, you can take care of them. So those are the skills that you need to master. You will also need to be engaged in your company that you're working for. Be involved. Know what the company stands for. Understand the company's mission and their vision. And be part of the team. I had a client this week at Central Avenue, and I was just so impressed when I got there because Central Avenue has a program called the Central Avenue Historic District, and they have these people that are working for them, and they don't call them employees, they call them ambassadors, and that's how they interact with the community. They're an ambassador of Central Avenue Historic District, and they go out to the community and to the business community, and they support that organization, and that organization then in turn supports the businesses. So that's what you want to be. You want to be an ambassador of your company. You don't want to treat it as a job. You want to treat it as an opportunity that will lead to other opportunities that will greatly benefit your career journey. Most importantly, you will need to be innovative and creative and not tied to the script. Thinking out of the box, bringing value to the company will enhance, and by enhancing, increasing your skill sets will be good for you, and it will be good for the employer. And thinking of your new jobs as your graduate level opportunity. We want to wish you the best of luck to the class of 2017. And remember, we're all here cheering you on. So congratulations for the graduates of 2017. So the other thing, before our guest comes on, I'm going to talk about reinvesting in our community and what that means to us. Hey, Zumbarani. Hey, Michael, how are you? How you guys been? Investing in our community. When we talk about that, what does that really mean to you, to me? I know what it means to me because I'm with Recycling Black Dollars. I'm the co-director of Recycling Black Dollars, and for me, it means that we can change the look and the landscape of our community by initially just supporting our local businesses. I had two very interesting experiences. As I said, I was on Central Avenue, and I was just so impressed with all the activities that was going on. I saw people riding on bikes. I saw people stopping in businesses saying hello. I saw people speaking to each other on the street. I didn't even know where I was. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. And then about 3 days later, I was over here in Lemert, and I saw the same thing. It was a lot of activity. People were coming out of their businesses. They knew their neighbors, their business owners. I was going there to visit a new client, which is a potential new client, actually, but he is a client now after I left him. He actually owns a bike shop right there in Lemert at 4319 Deckman. It's called Ride On Bike Co-op, and you can rent bikes from him. With helmets, nice cruising bikes. You can purchase a bike from him and he will repair your bike. And I was talking to him and found out that he had been a business owner in our community for about 10 years. He's a martial arts specialist, and he had a martial arts studio over on 54th and 10th Avenue. And it was such a wow. I just spent an hour and a half with him, and I was just so impressed when I left him. But I also was impressed that while I was waiting for him to come to his shop, that several people in the little neighborhood right in the circumference is right next door to the World Theater and Ashawan Bookstore. You know, they were coming out saying, "Hi, how are you? Oh, you're looking for Eddie. He's right. He'll be here in a minute. Oh, here he's coming." So these are people that know who they're doing business with. They know who their business neighbors are, and they're a community. And I was very, very impressed with that. And there were other people riding bikes. I think the film crew was filming at one of the local shops there. So a community. And it would be nice if we had those all around the city of Los Angeles, because when we're in our buildings or in our offices or our stores, we don't think other people are communicating with each other, and they are. But that's part of reinvesting in our communities, coming outside of your safe haven, outside of your store, and going to introduce yourself to other people in your community, in this shopping area or other stores that are in your area, or leaving your area and letting other people know that you're in business. Because if you have a business and you haven't told anyone about it, then you're the best kept secret in the city. It's not going to increase your net profits. It's not going to bring it. People are not going to be talking about you because they don't know you even exist. So that's something that we need to think about. So let's talk about why you should buy local. Every time you spend your money on goods or services, you have the opportunity to make a difference in your community. And therefore, then that reflects around the world. When you spend money at your local businesses and buy local produced goods and services, you're choosing to reinvest in your community and helping create a stronger local economy for that community. And it's healthier and it's more sustainable. You also are making a presence of yourself. You're also encouraging and making your political representatives accountable for you, because you have an investment. You have skin in the game because you've spent your money to make sure these businesses are viable. So if something is going on in our business, in the business that you are supporting, then you have a say-so. So if it's going to create a problem for that business owner, which then will create a problem for you, especially if you're supporting them, then you just like the business owner can call your local representative and say, "Hey, this is a problem," because right now in the area of Crenshaw, they're building the train. They're which is fine. That's fantastic, but it has caused a lot of challenges for a lot of the local businesses, and that includes parking signs and painting the curbs red where you can't park, which now the business owners, his customers are finding it difficult in order to come to his store, his restaurant or his store. Then say something. If it's bothering you and you want to support that business, then say something. Pick up the phone and call your local representative. Write them a letter. They're all on Facebook. Go on their Facebook and tell them that you're upset and you need them to do something about it. A strong local economy is essential to sustainable community development, and the healthiest communities are those that connect economic development to the meeting of the community's social and environmental needs. That's why buying local can make such a powerful difference in your community. It makes a difference for the schools that your children are attending. It makes a difference for the safety in your community. There's so much going on around the world and around our city, around the state, that we can't do anything about, but we can do something about things going on in our community. Hey, William, how are you? So ways that you can support and make a sustainable difference in your community is every time you spend money in the community and it recirculates in your community and it recirculates 2 to 3 times, that impact of the dollars spent at those national retailers makes a difference. So every dollar that's spent at a local business, $45 can go back into the community and our tax base. And so for every dollar spent at a chain store, only $14 comes back into the community. So our local businesses is a better bet, a better spending of your dollars. So if we go to Candace, she's on Facebook Live. She has a wonderful boutique in Culver City. So when you spend your dollars there, more of that money is coming back into the community of where that business is located. And the same thing for Doolin's and any other Echelon bookstores, all the stores that are Black-owned in our community and all up and down Crenshaw, even here at Morris Media Studio. So every time you pay them to have a service or provide you a service or a good, you're not just helping them, you're also helping the community that their business is in. More and better jobs. For every 2 jobs a national retailer brings into community, 3 higher wage jobs are lost due to local businesses closing. So small local businesses are the largest employer nationally in our community, providing the most jobs to our residents. So we have a lot of young people now coming out of college this year, as we did last year and every single year. And so those are new individuals that's coming into the workplace. You're not having to pay them the top dollar, but you can develop them to become really incredible employees for yourself. And at the same time, they're within your community. So you've probably seen the young man or the young woman actually come in and as a consumer. So now think about giving them a job. And they come with some skill sets, as I said earlier, that you yourself as a business owner, especially if you've been in business over 20, 30 years, that you may not have. Social media is a big issue for a lot of people to age 40 and up. And you just haven't embraced it. And I think the reason you haven't embraced it is because there's so many Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. You don't know which one to use. But a young person knows which one to use. And they can help you market your business and create that brand that you yourself may not have time for, or so confused and so overwhelmed with the choices that you have that you just choose not to use it at all. And so you're really creating a problem more for yourself than you would because it's very costly to market your business if you're using traditional media ads. But social media is a lot more affordable for you, and it actually reaches further than what your ad would, and you can customize it and get it right to the people that you want to be able to sell your product to. Another area is it protects the unique culture of your community or your neighborhood. So let's take Leimert Park. Leimert Park has traditionally always been a very artistic environment. very Afrocentric. It has a lot of little art stores and galleries and music. Barbara Morrison's over there. The World Stage is over there, the Vision Theater. So it's always been that type of environment. And we're in danger of losing that. And that's part of our culture. Those are, you go there on a Sunday afternoon and you have a reggae music or African music or beats or jazz or whatever is going on there. And that's a part of our culture. And so by you supporting those businesses over there, you're helping to keep them there so that we don't lose that. That's important to us. So you're supporting them, makes a sustainable difference. And let's see what else we got going on here. You reduce the ability of homelessness, because some of those individuals lost their homes because they didn't have a job. And it's not that everybody that's without a home has something mentally wrong with them. Some of them just can't afford to live in the apartments that have rent that's just outrageous. I mean, it takes a lot to be able to maintain every single month an apartment that costs you about $1,700. And that means that you need to really be making about $33 an hour at a job that's paying you every week or every 2 weeks. And some people don't have it like that. So again, is reducing the homelessness in your community. The other thing that we need to do is support our community groups. Our nonprofit organizations receive an average of 250% more support from smaller local business owners than they do from large businesses. And because I'm the co-director of Recycle Black Dollars, I can attest to that. By you supporting RBD or you supporting GLAC, which is the Greater Los Angeles Chamber of Commerce, or Crenshaw Chamber of Commerce, or the Los Angeles Chamber of Commerce, you're helping us help you, because the more activity and the more services and that we can offer to you, then the more we can encourage our larger businesses, our big corporations, to support us. So we need that interaction. We need to be able to help you, but we need to know that you need our help, and then you need to support the events and the activities and the workshops and the seminars that we host, so that when we go back and they're asking us, how many people are attending your seminars, you can say, oh, we had, every seminar we have 30 to 30 plus, or 400 to 500 people, whatever that is, every event. Now they see that when they spend their dollars or sponsor our organizations, that their dollars are being used for the purpose that we asked them for, and as well that they're getting some sort of impact in our community. So that's important. Better customer service. If you are supporting a business and they are growing and they have proper support, and they can afford to pay their employees, they can afford to market their businesses, they can afford to make sure that they always have the products or services available to you, then you're going to get better customer service. That just makes sense. If I got to worry about how I'm going to pay the bills, how I'm going to pay the rent, how I'm going to produce all the services, and it's just me, then the service is probably going to be pretty darn crappy, okay? And that's just the realities of it. The more you have to work with, the more support you have, the more you are apt to put more time and energy into making sure that you're providing the customer service, and you're also teaching your employees the importance of customer service to bring you back. What else? Community involvement. Again, it comes back to a profitable business has a lot of power in your community. You can actually make your Congress people, your local congressmen, you can make your council people, your assembly people, you can make them do what they're supposed to do. You can make them accountable for their actions. But if you're spending outside of your community and you're giving your money to somebody else's community, you don't have much say in your own community. So it's very, very important that we do that. And then our local business owners, investing back in the community, making sure that the store, you're outside of your brick and mortar, is clean, making sure that if you have a service-based business, you're you make sure returning the phone calls. If you can't service them, then refer them to someone that can. Because I was talking to someone yesterday, and all they could talk about was how they had asked someone, and that someone had actually came out to them, marketed to them, and said that they could provide a service, and they never did. And those are the things that leave lasting memories. So when someone says, "Oh, you should support this business," no, last time I did, and it could be 5, 10, 15, 20 years, last time I did, they didn't deliver on the services. So if you can't deliver, just tell them. They understand that. Just tell them, look, I can't help you, but look, I'm going to refer you to someone that's in a better position than I am to help you. So that's important. So local business owners, you too need to be engaged and involved. You need to go to council meetings. You need to go to urban planning meetings. You need to go to town hall meetings, because this is how you get your voice heard, and it also is how you get things done in your community. The competition and diversity in your community. If you are involved and you are doing what you're supposed to do, then you can stay on top of new businesses coming in that's taking your customers. If you are haphazard about it and you don't return phone calls, your store is not open when it's supposed to, during the hours that you say that you're supposed to be open, somebody's going to come in and take your business. If you're not providing great customer service, somebody's going to take your clients from you, because you've left them open and unattended. And so somebody else come by and offer them something better than what you're doing, they're gone. They're not going to be loyal to you. So you need to provide them with great service, so then they will be loyal to you. So that's pretty much what I have. So we're going to take a quick break and see if our guest has arrived. And see you shortly.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
Voice is essentially the basis of democracy.
And then this is how we're gonna do it, okay?
At my high school, all the decisions are essentially made behind closed doors. Me as a student, my peers, my friends, we don't know what happens behind those closed doors. And that's a reality for every student in the entire state of California.
And this is how we feel we are seen by our own districts. That even though each and every one of us holds a unique and different personality, go through different struggles and life experiences,
I believe in all of you. I believe in student voice, and I believe that when it comes to matters that affect you personally, you all should be at the forefront and, making those decisions and making those changes.
The fact that they think they can make decisions for us, even though they don't sit in the classroom with us. This is our school, in our time. We are the students right now, and we should have a say.
We're the students. We need to be heard. People need to know we're out here. We need to be like hundreds and thousands of us fighting for the same thing.
The future of education is dependent on you guys. The future of democracy is dependent on us. And I just urge you to never stop using your voice.
And we're back. You're back with the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert, although Gilbert is not here today, and we're still waiting for our guest to call in. So in the meantime, let's talk about what we need to do as a community to prepare our young people to become the leaders of tomorrow. I guess the first step would be obviously hiring them and bringing them in and training them in your industry. There are so many wonderful programs out there. I was talking yesterday to a young man, as I said, he's the bike ride, and we were talking about one of his goals is that he wants to be able to teach young people how to build bicycles and how to repair bicycles. And he wants to go into the schools and provide that as a technical training class. And I was telling him that in today's world, we're so computer dependent that there are a lot of things that we did when we were young kids that we would go outside and play, and kids built their own go-karts and scooters and so forth. Now everything is purchased, and so we've lost that. It's like an art of individuals that actually have skills, like plumbing and carpentry and furniture building. Those are the things that we learned when we were in high school. Sewing classes, culinary classes. Those are the things that provide you with a skill that actually can become a business. If you're, I have a friend that builds furniture, and that was a craft that he learned. He learned when he was in high school in shop. And it started very small, and he realized that he had a love for it, and so he pursued it. And he went to other schools. He went to Trade Tech to expand on that. That becomes a business. That becomes a furniture store owner, and you can have a very successful business building furniture. Individuals learning how to repair cars, mechanic training. Those are all the things that LA Trade Tech offers to you, so that it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a degree. You can be very successful just with a trade. And so that's something that we need to think about. And if the schools aren't doing it, it doesn't need to be a school to do it. Maybe it can be an organization out there. We have so many nonprofit organizations that do so many things, but are we really preparing our kids for the real life, for a real world? Kids, there's no longer any driver training. So our children don't even learn how to drive until they're well into their 20s. And it's much harder. Then we're concerned about, there's more accidents. Well, they didn't get the training when they were in high school like we did. And so, of course, there's more accidents because the training is kind of a conveyor belt. They take them into a school. The parents are paying $300 to $400 if they can afford that. parents are working. Some of them don't have cars, so it's not even like they have anything to practice on. So when they do get behind the wheel, they don't have the skills that we had when we started driving. So those are the things and so you as an employer, you can create technical assistant programs and apprenticeship programs within your business and your training. You can get tax write-offs for that. There are other technical assistance programs that will pay you to hire your employees while you're training them, and they will pay your employees for 6 months, including the workers' compensation. Then after you hire those individuals, they'll still give you an incentive to make sure that you keep them on while you're working through, and at the same time growing your business so you can accommodate having an employee. And hopefully you can train that employee that one day when you want to retire, or one day when you realize that you don't want to work in the business, you want to work on your business, they can be handling the day-to-day aspects of your business while you're going out bringing in more business to grow your business. So it's kind of that domino effect. But that's one of the ways we can prepare our children. We also, the many nonprofits that are here in this city, we can teach our children the soft skills on how to be better, how to be employees. As I was saying earlier, I think the biggest complaint I get from my clients when I go to coach and when I'm going to teach them how to use QuickBooks is that they're just so discouraged with the people that they have, the pool of employees that they have to work from. They're just not there, and they don't show up to work on time. They don't show up to work at all. When they do come in, they're not paying attention to the details. They end up having to spend more time fixing the mistakes that they make than they are. So it's no longer helpful to them to have that person. They might as well just do it themselves if they have to come back behind them in order to fix it. So our nonprofits, maybe we need to do a better job of preparing our young people so that they actually can be a valuable asset to the people that are employing them. There are some stories that you go to in our communities, and there's a big turnover. I mean, you come in and they have an employee, and you come back next week, that employee's gone, and now they're back to that routine, and the business suffers from that. I mean, the goal is to find an employee that you can train and that will be there, and while they're there, they're helping you grow your business. So as I talked about, maybe they're not employees. Maybe they are ambassadors of your company, and maybe we need to provide them with the training so that they can really benefit as well as you benefit from that. So that's an area. We have a lot of children, young people that are coming out that their education is different than our education. What they learn in school is much more deficient than what we learned. So we have to recognize that. Every summer I do a program called the Nifty Teaching Entrepreneurship, and we teach about 26 kids how to become entrepreneurs. And last year I noticed for the first time, I didn't see it the year before, but this time I noticed that our kids have a problem with spelling. And when I was talking to one of the young girls, she told me, I've never taken a spelling test in my whole entire time I was in school. Wow, that's unheard of. We had spelling tests every week, which then tells me that they're not reading. Because if you were reading books, then you also would probably have a better command of spelling. They don't go to libraries, so I guess that's no longer part of education. And so some of those areas, if their parents are too overwhelmed with taking care of them and working, maybe the extended family, the village that is out there, the aunts, the uncles, the friends, maybe we can help. Maybe we can have some input, because it's a hard job if you're a single parent and you don't have any support. You don't have a support team, but you do have friends. So I think a lot of what's going on in our cities and countries, our country, is that we've just been so apathetic, and we've just been staying in our own lane and not helping each other. And that's something that we need to do. So when we're talking of preparing our new business leaders, when our kids are coming out of college and they have the technical, they have the academics, now it's going to require you helping them to apply it to in a technical sense. How do they take what they learn to apply it to your business or any business for that matter? So we need to be more engaged, and that's what will help us help them become our new leaders. I've spoken lately. A couple of clients of mine, they're at that place where they're tired. They've been in business for 20, 30 years, and they're trying to determine what's going to be succession. How are they going to just close their businesses? They've put all this time and effort and money into running their businesses, and they don't have anyone to take over. So there are a lot of our businesses in our community that are closing down. There are a lot of our communities, the businesses never could get to that next level, because it's just been them and the resources haven't been available to them. And I also am quite amazed at, and I guess that's because people work in their business and not on their business, that there are so many opportunities that are in our communities that we just don't know about, that other people don't know about. But again, connecting with your nonprofit organizations here in the community, we usually have our finger on the pulse of opportunities that are out there. We attend meetings, we go to town hall meetings, we go to seminars and workshops, and we have accessibility to sometime inside community opportunity information that we are more than willing to share with you. But you have to come out and meet us kind of halfway, and for that to happen. So we just have to work within what we have and help each other so that we can make our communities a better place for everyone. And right now, the African American community is really struggling with trying to stay relevant. And the information on the Hill is not very positive for us, so which it means that we have to take care of ourselves, and we can go from there. So we're going to take a quick break because I just got a message about our guest, and let me find out a little bit more about that.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
am back, and our guest should be here shortly. She's calling in. She's here. Oh, and she is now here. So let me tell you a little bit about our guest, and we're so pleased to have her, Dr. Brenda Ann Manuel. For over 40 years, Dr. Manuel has been involved in the education on many levels. She started her career as a middle school teacher's assistant and then moved on to become a teacher, a counselor, a dean, and an administrator. During her career, she has served as an assistant principal at middle and the high school levels, as well as a literacy coach, coordinator, elementary school principal, administrator of instruction, and a local district superintendent. She is currently the director over the student unit of the Parent Community Student Services within Los Angeles Unified School District. Approximately 4 years ago, she created a first-of-its-kind department within the district. It is called the Student Involvement Development and Empowerment Unit, SIDE is the acronym. The mission of this unit is to assist school personnel to better understand that students are individuals that need help in clarifying and establishing the value of education and how to build student leaders. Welcome, Dr. Manuel. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much. I'm so glad to be here, and I want to say hello to our audience.
Oh, thank you. So I read up on a little bit of your program. Wow, great. It's a mentoring and role modeling program. That's what I was reading.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Our students have been asking for people who look like them to provide them with the strategies and skills necessary to mitigate these systems out here, the educational system, the life systems that they have to deal with. So they want to hear it from people who have experiences that are similar to theirs.
And how long has it been in existence at LA Unified?
This is our 4th year as the Student Involvement Development and Empowerment Program. The mentoring program has been in effect for about a year and a half.
Oh, okay. I actually saw that. Wow, you're in a great deal of number of schools in Los Angeles. What, 28 schools?
Well, we are working. Our goal is to be in 28 schools. Right now, we're in about 12.
Okay. And what are some of those schools? I'm sorry?
We need mentors from the community.
Oh, I would be more than willing to be a mentor. Actually, I think last year, 2 years ago, I was over at Dorsey. I did an entrepreneurial class at Dorsey for 11 weeks, and it was a great experience. And then I've done some speaking at some of the other local schools in LA.
That is wonderful. And part of my unit, we also do a Young Men of Color conference, where we have about 300 young men. We bring them together and we teach them about leadership skills, empowerment skills, being a man, empowering them to, be have those life skills and to be the kind of young men that we want them to grow up to be. We also have a Young Women's Conference where we have 300 to 400 young women. And during those conferences, we have over 50 adults, women who come to the conference and men who come to the conference just to support our young people.
Oh, fantastic. Now, so what are you said you're in how many schools right now?
We're mentoring in about 10. And we soon will be growing to, we have about 5 that are waiting to get started. We'll probably do that next school year.
Now, are these, what age group?
We have villages. We call them villages.
Okay.
We have villages with our mentors in elementary, middle, and high school.
Oh, fantastic. So the ones that are in high school, if it's been 4 years, has it gotten to a place where you've actually had graduates moving on?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what has been the result? Has it helped them with that? Because that first year of college is a tough one.
You know, we work to get them through high school and to make sure that they have some kind of life path in game, somewhere that they're going. And also we prepare them to work to do well in college, and we then try to keep up with them as much as we can, via email and other social media kinds of things. So what we find that the young people, they feel empowered. They feel that there's somebody at the school and in their lives who care and who wish the best for them and who are working with them to help them to achieve the best life that they can achieve.
Oh, fantastic! And this is the first time I'm hearing of this this program, and I'm very happy that Calvin reached out to you guys because I'm the co-director of Recycling Black Dollars, and these are the type of things we like to make sure that because we have a network of professionals that would be phenomenal mentors.
Oh, wonderful!
So we need to, I guess, stop working in silos so that we'll know what's going on and we can come together as a community and help each other.
And that is my mantra. I meet with a group of men called The Gathering, and we've been meeting for almost 2 years. And these are men from a variety of fraternities, organizations, the religious sector, college, and we've been meeting to discuss best practices, to look at data, to really see how we as a collaborative, as a community, can change the statistics around our young men of color. So we met last night, and we had men from banking, and we are going to, they're going to embrace the mentoring program and take that on as our major focus. And they're also the ones who help to organize, plan, and implement the Young Men of Color Conference. So my unit is part of my unit. I have a small staff, but we have some very mighty people who work, with me.
Okay, so each one of the schools so there's someone that's a leader of the village, or is it student led completely, or?
No, these are we have villagers, which are our adults.
Okay.
And we have one lead villager at each school who works with the villagers, the school, and then our students are called student scholars.
Okay.
And this program was developed by a consultant, Wes Hall, who's a part of. He does consulting work for my unit. So it really is a group mentoring because we find that that's better. It just makes sure that everyone is, that there is nothing going on that we don't know. So we do it as a group, and we try to make sure that we provide them with social skills, academic skills, all kinds of skills that they need to survive.
Oh, fantastic! And the kids, and how often do they meet? Is it something that goes on weekly, monthly?
We meet twice a month.
Oh, okay.
About an hour.
Okay.
Some villages meet after school. Some meet during the school day. It just depends on the school. We try to meet when the students are available, and when when it's best for them. We have the principal is involved. The teachers are involved. So it really is a community of us that come together and work with these young people.
Oh, fantastic! Now, what is this the first of? I read that it was the first of its kind. If it's the first of its kind here in California or across the country?
It's the first of its kind here in LAUSD. There are similar models in other places, but not that many.
Oh, okay.
There's not many student units where a large district focuses in on involving our students and hearing their voice and making their voices count.
Okay, and there's been so many things going on in our communities, and especially in our schools, in the first 7 months of the new administration. But our children, especially, I guess, with what's going on in the immigration issue with our young kids, this is a area I would assume would be very beneficial for our Hispanic children because they're operating under such fear. Is this some of the topics? Are there certain topics you guys discuss?
Yes, we have a village at one of our schools that all of the students are newcomers to our country.
Okay.
So, and because the village can be tailored for foster youth. It could be tailored for African American male. It could be tailored for young women. It's, so this village at this school, because they have a large Hispanic population and a large population that's new to the country, that village focuses in on their needs, and a lot of that discussion goes on there.
Oh, okay. I know when I taught, when I was over at Dorsey, and I went in, and I teach a program, and you may have heard it because it's in the LA Unified Schools, some of the schools anyway, as well, called the NIFTY, Network for Teaching Entrepreneurship to Young People.
I have not.
Oh, okay. So it's at I think it's at Audubon. It was at Dorsey. It's at Crenshaw. It's a program. It's an external program that they come into the schools. The teachers are certified by NIFTY, and we teach a curriculum that takes a child from a concept of a business to the actual development of that business. They write a business plan, and then they pitch for the business. So in the school system, it's a 9-month program, but I do a camp every summer that's 10 days. And and we usually go out and select our students. But I was asked to come in and introduce it to the 9th and 10th graders at Dorsey. And I would come in and with my concepts, and the kids are looking at me like, wow, we don't know what you're talking about. We don't dream. We don't know what business. We don't know what we're going to do after high school. So I actually had to break it down to, and one of the kids actually did tell me, because I was asking them, what did you want to be after you left high school? Where did you want to go to school? And this particular group didn't have a clue. And so I had to kind of dial back my curriculum and just talk about dreaming. And by the end of the 11th week, we actually had some concepts that we could develop into businesses. So I saw that as an issue. And I guess they were just coming into 9th grade. So I guess it was, even the administrators were saying that was a pretty tough year for a lot of the 9th graders. They weren't really quite prepared for high school.
I think that when we do our conferences, and we always do leadership and entrepreneurial workshops. We invite. So it would be great for us to talk. We're planning our Young Women's Conference. So we always try to do one of the workshops that talks about being an entrepreneur and the thinking around entrepreneurism, and how what you're doing in school will help you in running your businesses, because we have to always connect what they're learning where they're going, because I think that's sometimes some of the disconnect.
Actually, it is funny that you said that, because when we were doing the camp last year and we were talking about percentages, a couple of the kids decided that their business was going to be around a product. So 3 of them had skincare products. And so as we're breaking, my background is accounting. So as we're breaking down what it would cost them to develop their product, and then how many ounces they had to use in order to get the actual retail price, they were like, wow, we learned this in school. I didn't think we were going to ever use this.
It's making those connections, those are, and it helps them to then learn and understand, while you're learning this in school, how is this going to help you? And then that gives them just a different view of education.
Exactly. And some of them that were young, we usually take them from 14 to 18, but we had a couple of 9-year-olds, 9, 10, and 11-year-olds in the class last year. And so they told me that when I go back to school, I'm going to look at school differently, because now I can look at it how I would use it if I was running a business. So I think I'm a component that if we teach children from a very early age about how to become entrepreneurs and the skills to entrepreneurship, they will embrace the maths, and the English is a little bit different, and the science is a little bit different, because they can actually see the application of it.
Yes.
And I think that would be great.
Important,
Mm-hmm. And you've been with the school district for quite a while, so.
Yes, I have. for many years, many years, some great years. We have a great new superintendent, Dr. Michelle King, who is really doing some great work in the district, and we're losing one of our great leaders, Earl Perkins, who's retiring.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we have some great leadership. We have, great board member, Dr. George McKenna.
Mm-hmm.
Some people who are really working to help us, shape and do some great work with our children.
Now, Dr. McKenna, he with Washington Prep, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I didn't come out. I'm from New York, and when I came out to school here, I was in the latter half of my junior year. So, and I went to LA High. That's where I graduated from.
Okay.
And so I didn't quite get the full flavor of going to school here because I had done that in New York, in the state of New York. But I do have friends that went to Catholic schools, and some of them went to public schools. We kind of a potpourri of different schools. But I had heard of Dr. McKenna.
Well, I am born and bred here. I'm a native of California in Los Angeles.
Okay.
So I attended Washington High School, and I am so happy that I am going to be delivering the graduation speech this year.
Oh.
It's like full circle.
Fantastic.
And I'm very excited about it because just to share my insights with those that are sitting where I sat,
Mm-hmm.
and to give them some insights on, what they need to do. So I'm very excited about that.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, what were the circumstances that made you realize that the children needed a voice program?
Well, I have always believed in kind of listening to our students and asking their thoughts and opinions about what we do. When I was a principal, I did that in all of my roles.
Mm-hmm.
And, you look at the colleges, they have student unions and they have, advisory, boards. And so I felt that it was something that needed to be created. So we have a student that is on that's a sitting member of the Board of Education.
Mm-hmm.
Member. We have a group of students who meet with the superintendent, called the Superintendent Student Advisory Council.
Mm-hmm.
Meet with the superintendent regularly. They give their thoughts and opinions. They also have to do a project around the district goals because it's not just about what the adults are doing, it's about what we can do together.
Right.
Make a difference to raise the academic achievement of everyone, and to we also just want students to understand that their thoughts, their opinions are important, and we use them to make decisions. And students have helped to really refine some of the practices and some of the things that we're doing in LAUSD. So it's always good to have student buy-in.
Yes, it definitely is. My topic today was on preparing our future business leaders for tomorrow. So what are some of the things, one, myself as a community leader, and then I'm a business coach and background in accounting. What are some of the things that we can do to be able to help you guys make sure that our kids are prepared to be those business leaders for tomorrow?
Mentoring.
Okay.
I think everyone needs to be mentoring someone. If we don't do it, who will?
Mm-hmm.
They need to see it. They need to see what you do. They need your thoughts, your opinions. They need internships. They need insight. So if we all gave back, and it's part of teaching them about giving back, because if we're not doing it, how can we tell them to do it?
Right.
So I think if every, business person and people out there, if we all came in and we come to the schools and mentor, what a better place. The students are there. They can join, our mentoring program. They can get involved. We have a curriculum. We have the structure. We've been working with the White House Mentoring Assistance Program,
mm-hmm.
helping us shape this program. So we really have something that is scalable and workable. And our children at our last Young Men of Color conference, all the young men kept talking about and asking the men who were there to be their mentor. They need to see and hear from us, the adults out there.
Okay. So how would we go about doing that? Would we contact you, or is there a community meeting where the volunteers can come and find out more about the program? And
they can, contact me through you. I don't know how you want to do that. I can give them an email, and I can give that to you. Or how do you want me to do that?
Okay, let me get a pencil. Hold on one second. And then my other question would be, do you come out? Because we, Recycling Black Dollars, we do a monthly mixer every month. And we usually have our business people all there, housed there. And
absolutely.
Would that be something that would you could come out and speak to them as more of a group?
Yes, I go out to churches, community groups, fraternities, sororities. I'm out everywhere trying to get the word out that we need to mentor, we need to give back to move everyone forward. We need to drop back to step forward. So we need to do that. If we look at the statistics for our young people, they need us. They need our help. They need our assistance. They need our guidance.
Oh, for sure. And I know when I reach out to my professional colleagues when I'm looking, because that's one of the things that we do as well as part of the Nifty program. When we're going through that 9-10 days, we actually have professionals come in and talk to the kids in their area of expertise. If it's marketing, if it's product placement, if it's the financial writing business plans and so forth. I usually have such a list and they're all excited to do that. A lot of times they just don't know that anybody needs them to do it.
Well, we do, and we have a curriculum that we use, but we can also add some of those things to what we do, because what we try to do is make sure everybody who's in our village, they get the same information so that we can monitor their progress. We can determine if what we're teaching them is working, because we teach them a lot about academic achievement, social and emotional learning, and health, and all of those things that they leadership skills and all of those things that they need to just be the best student and person that they can be.
Oh, okay. And what's the time commitment that a person would be?
2 hours a month.
2 hours a month? Okay, that's doable.
Training, and that the training is about 2 hours, and there's they have to complete all the volunteer applications and, take the TB test and life scan and all of those things. We have to, know who's in front of our children.
Of course.
Make sure that they're safe. And then it's a 2 hour commitment with the student, and then you would work with your lead. The lead would send information out to you, and it's usually via conference calls or emails or phone calls. So, it's a small commitment for what the return is.
Wow, yeah, it is. That is, and that's what we need to do. Earlier, before you called in, I was kind of outlining what, from an employer standpoint, what we look for, or what is being looked for in our children and our future employees. And some of those areas have been missing, but this program appears like it could shore some of that up, and then it just needs to be reinforced once they leave the village.
Yes, and that's why we meet with them regularly. The village students attend the conferences, where they learn more, and our goal is to increase it by taking them to field trips, providing them with internships, scholarships. So our desire is to grow it so that, it's extended beyond high school. We'd like to start the students, in elementary, and follow them all the way through. We have big dreams.
Okay, well, that's good. You have to. And actually, I mean, if you have that support, then those dreams don't necessarily have to be that far off.
Absolutely.
Right.
And we have to come together, and we have to work together, because we're stronger together than we are as individuals.
No, I say that all the time, because that your weak is your weak link, your weakest link, and so if you're solid like a wall, then no one can penetrate it,
right.
And you can stay solid and strong. But as I said, I think it's just what I see as an issue or a challenge, I guess, in our cities is that each one of us are doing what we do in the little areas that we do it in, and no one doesn't know of the other people that's doing or where you can offer your services or your help or your assistance. There's a lot of cross-pollination. There are a lot of us that have youth programs and we're working in our little churches, but then the kids need a cross. It's just like going to college. When they leave home and they're no longer in the comforts of their safety net, then that was when those type of, your program, the Nifty program, and so that the kids have a better, portfolio of experiences.
But when you think about it, we have everybody out there doing something, but we still have a major crisis.
Yeah.
That should tell us something.
Right.
So I think if we, like you said, we come together, we talk about it, and that's what the gathering does. We have everybody come, they tell us what they're doing, we try to pool it together, we try to come together and do some common things.
Mm-hmm.
What we found with the gathering is that many of our organizations are working with students in middle and high school. Well, we can't start up there. We have to start in elementary.
You do?
People have to start thinking, we need some elementary programs that will then feed into some of these other middle and high school programs. So it really brought to light that in the community, we don't have enough at the elementary level.
No, I quite agree. I was doing a pilot program with one of my clients. She has a Christian school over in Inglewood, and her age group is from infancy because it's like a nursery in some cases, but preschool, and so 4 is the youngest, I believe, and then the oldest is 8th grade, 8th graders. And so I went over to do an after-school entrepreneurial program with them, with the kids, and I was just absolutely amazed at how well the younger ones, the 5 and 6-year-olds, their cognitive thinking and their critical thinking was actually more advanced than the older kids were.
And sometimes because they're freer, and they don't have all the constraints and all of the pressures,
Mm-hmm.
I think that we have to start younger. We have to start, getting them and focusing them and, and grooming them. So by the time they get in middle and high school, we're enhancing what they're doing.
Right.
They're dreaming big. They're opening businesses. They're, doing some of these great things that we want them to do. So I just think that what it taught us is that we have some holes that we need to fill. And so by talking, just like you said, looking and talking, and we discovered that.
That's fantastic. So now when are there conferences? So you have one for young men.
I have one for young women.
Okay, so when is the young men, when are they?
The Young Women's Conference will be in October. We have the Young Men's in April.
Young Women's in October. And the men, so the young men already had theirs.
Yes, and we'll have it. We have it once a year for each, and so we'll be working on those. And we have a group of women who are working on the women's conference, and these women come from different sororities and groups and organizations, and we pool together and come together.
Okay.
I do the same thing with women that I've been doing with the men.
Oh, okay. And so how could, for my community involvement, and I actually belong to a couple of women's group and Recycling Black Dollars, so how could we get involved? And then the other thing you were talking about is the gathering. Is that the monthly?
Yeah, for men. So if anybody wants to, they can email me, and my email is Brenda dot Manuel,
Mm-hmm.
Manuel,
Mm-hmm.
at LAUSD
Mm-hmm.
.net.
.net. Okay. And then the internship. I know you said it was a short term out there. What would you be looking for once you get there? What in businesses or nonprofits or?
Yes, so that young people can, learn, and earn, because our young people want to, earn some stipends or, and do something. We also want to be able to give our, scholarships to our young people who are in our villages. We want to just extend out, and grow and big. What I would desire is to have a village in every school, all of our schools. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing?
That would be a fantastic thing.
Mentoring at these schools with our young people, helping them, and and grooming them and working with them. I think it would be just such it would be great if Los Angeles became the mentoring capital of of the United States.
Well, and actually that could be a possibility because we do have with the exception of probably Atlanta, one of the largest base of entrepreneurs is within the Southern California area. And then we have our little we have the technology silos out in Santa Monica and Venice area, and then your business. So that could be potentially possible. I think it's just a matter of those of us that have a network, that bringing our network or my network to you and your information to them, and then seeing what we can make happen in that area. Because I will truthfully say, we didn't know that I personally, and I think I'm pretty knowledgeable about what goes on in this city when it has anything to do with my people, and I've never heard of this movement.
We've been slow in growing, and you want to make sure that you are solid.
Mm-hmm.
And to get things going in the second largest district is really a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
But we're out there, we're working. I've been around. Actually, my sister was at Dorothy for many, many, many years.
Okay.
So, they've had a lot of great programs. There's a lot going on, and I'm not sure if we've ever had a clearinghouse so that we can. And that would be one thing that would be great, to have a clearinghouse of what is out there so people know. And that's what we're trying to do with the gathering and trying to do with this women's group, so we can get our hands around what is out there that we can tell our parents and work with our parents. We also have an African American parent group that I work with once a month, where we're trying to increase the African American parent presence.
Mm-hmm.
In schools and at the district, and
mm-hmm.
also parenting. We do parenting strategies, and so we're just trying to work, with everybody to help assure that our children are being successful.
Okay. Well, I think one way recycling dollars can be of assistance is whatever information you have, we can disseminate that to our members and within our network, and that can be first step. I'm a person about action.
I am as well.
So, and then reach out to, all the other networks that I'm involved in, because I know the women's network I'm with is called the Bella Network, and they're about,
yes.
You know the Bellas? You know Alicia?
Absolutely.
Okay. Were you at the conference in October?
No, I was not, but she was at my conference, the Young Women's Conference.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know her. So, yes, we need to get together with Miss Alicia.
Yes, Alicia, she's doing some great things. I was just, it's such a small world. And LA, once you do connect us, we all realize that we all overlap in people that we know. But I was just so, when I was asked to speak at the conference, her conference, when I came in, I didn't think I knew anybody, one or two people, one person that referred me to her. And then when I got there, it's like, oh, wow. When I looked at my LinkedIn, we were all connected all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
And, but it was amazing what she did in that very short period of time. She was able to be 20 of us who were coaches in some aspect or another, and not one of our specialties overlapped.
That's amazing.
And she didn't know us.
Well, that's a higher power calling.
That was a higher power, and I know that's what one of our goals is making sure that we're bringing the resources and the help to the sisterhood, because it's a village and it's a tribe. We always have a tribe, but I personally think that some of the things, the challenges within our community can be changed, even if it's just the women that make that first step, because we really are about the action and the completion, and then everybody else will follow suit. So if we can pull it together and stand in unity and solidarity, I think we can get everybody else together.
So our men are standing. The gathering is a strong group of men who have banded together.
Okay.
And they're taking the lead, where the men should be.
Okay.
And they have been meeting on a regular basis, and maybe one day you might want to have them on your show. It'd be nice to have
Would
them
love
call
to.
in and talk, because it's a group of men from all over, all different walks of life, who are committed to making a difference with, in our community.
Okay, I would definitely love to have that happen. And as well, I'd like to, and we can see where your schedule is, have you come out to one of the Recycling Black Dollars Breakfast Mixer. We're we'll be dark for July, but August we'll be back up.
Okay.
And so maybe we can have you as a speaker at our Breakfast Mixer is at Denny's on Crenshaw.
Sounds wonderful. Send me an email and we'll make that happen, and we'll start signing and let people up and getting them mentoring. Okay.
And then I'm going to email you and you have some marketing material so I can get it out to my other network so they'll know. And so your next event where you would be, I guess, for the training of the volunteers, is that ongoing, or is that a particular time?
Yes, what we do is we will schedule that throughout the year, and if you have a group, such as your group, I'd come out and train them at a meeting that's convenient for them. We're pretty flexible in that, and so we can definitely do that.
Okay. Well, we will talk and see how we can pull that together, because I could probably pull together a small grouping of men and women that would be open. I know I get a lot when I do the Nifty program. In fact, I'll be reaching out for my volunteers, and they're just like, "Oh, when can I help? When do you need me?" So once we pull them together, then we can just move them on, so this becomes something regularly that they do.
Yeah, that's what you want them to do. You want you want people to be comfortable in doing what they do best.
Okay. And so it doesn't matter what the profession, just
No, I mean, students need to hear from everybody.
Okay.
And they have to be vetted. They have to go through again the life scan, the TB test, filling out the application, all of those things, and then we get started. Okay.
Well, we will make that happen. It was such a pleasure. As I said, I think if we close these gaps, and I know from our standpoint, the gap is that the information doesn't disseminate far out into the community. It stays within the industries of the communities, but it never overlaps into, say, the business community or the health community. I just find that we're all just working diligently in our spaces and not being able to assist one group with the other group.
So we're going to change it. We're starting now.
Right, because
this is how it starts.
Because we need your movement just as viable as the links and all those other programs that we do know about. And making sure that your program, because this is vital. I think our young people need to be able to vocalize what their needs are, because that's part of being an adult, is being able to express what you need and who you need to help you make whatever you're trying to do happen.
Yeah.
And if we teach our children how to express themselves that way, it'd be fantastic. And I see that with the programs that I've worked with, and it's just amazing that when you do give them that voice, oh my God, they just open up and they're amazing.
Well, they feel empowered. And
yes.
That's part of what we want to do. We want to empower them to learn how to take action on their own behalf, and how to advocate for themselves in a way that people will listen, and take charge of their own life and learning. So that's what we want. We want empowered young people.
Yes, because they can. When I first came here from New York, we had a special program with a reading program. So it started when I was in second grade, and so by the time I came out here, I was reading at a pretty high level because of that particular program. And I was so when I first got here, it was after January, so everybody was all connected and all clicked up, and so they put me in a class. It was an English class, a reading class, and I sat down and the kids were reading out of a book verbally, loud, and they were 11th graders, and I'm like, okay, there's a problem here. What is this? And so I kept going back to my counselor because I was going, no, this doesn't work. This is, I'm bored here, and I need to be in the class very similar to what I left. And I remember in my yearbook, my counselor wrote that I have never worked so hard for one student in my whole life, because and my mother, she goes, do you want me to get involved? No, I don't need you to get involved. They're going to fix this.
Right. Well, that's what we want, and teaching them, how do you get what you want in the right way?
Right.
How do you advocate for yourself, but get people to also listen to you, and,
right,
and to then do what you ask them. So that's part of what we want for our young people, is to be able to do that. And
that's, like you said, it's giving them the empowerment. I have nephews, and I have one nephew that we empowered him at a very early age, and so he already knew when he was going to college, where he was going to college. He had it all set up by the time he left home. He graduated from University of Dayton for his BA, and now he's at the University of Houston for his master's. And he had it all set up, but it was actually started when he was little, just like you said. When he was 3 or 4 years old, we kind of started heading him in that path, and so by the time he got to high school, he was very definitive about what his life goals were.
Yeah, you have to start early. You can't start when they're graduating from high school.
No, you cannot. Well, Dr. Manuel, it has been such a pleasure. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person.
I am. I'm very excited about all of this, and I just want to thank you for having me, and thank you for listening and being an advocate for our children. And I want to thank everybody out there who's doing any kind of work with our children. And I just want to encourage everyone to continue, but let's start trying to get together and talk and work, not in our silos.
Yes, I think so. So thank you so much. I'm sorry Dr. Perkins got called away, but because he's the one that's retiring, right?
Yes, he's retiring.
Okay, so hopefully we won't completely lose him. He just won't have to be there every day at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
And we'll find another place for him that can accommodate him and his retirement.
But he's moving to Louisiana.
So you will lose him completely.
We're losing him in body, but not in spirit.
Okay. Well, is there a replacement that's very much like him?
Well, we're waiting to see.
Okay.
We're waiting to see.
Well, that's wonderful. So then I will probably see you. Well, I'm going to see you before Alicia's event, but you're going to be involved in the Bella Network?
You know what? I am. She hasn't sent me anything. I'm actually her neighbor, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, I may have seen you at her house.
I probably was there when she had that big event that Saturday.
Okay. Well, okay. I know the next conference won't be into November.
Right.
But yeah, she's definitely a go-getter and
powerhouse.
She is a powerhouse.
So, and that's why we've connected, and she helps with our girls' conference and connection. And that's what it's all about: making those connections, helping each other, supporting each other. And that's what I think we have to do more of in our community.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I definitely want to get involved in the volunteer program and helping with your conference as well. If you still need anybody there, or
always.
There you go. Now, see, that's a person that works with children, because we always in need, and we don't have a problem telling people that.
I tell you, at our men's conference, we had over 80 men.
Wow.
Who came to be supportive.
That's fantastic.
50 to 80 women. Just that's the kind of thing that we like our young people to see. We're here for you,
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Today I stopped by one of my clients, and I had the one that I had done the pilot program with the little kids, and I hadn't been there a couple months, and I hit the door, and they're like, Miss Crystal, hey, Miss Crystal. And they all had to come up and give me a hug, and you were the one that taught us how to be business people, huh? And it's just, you don't think they would remember you, because that was last year. But these are little ones. They knew exactly what. You're the lady that helped me do this. And that's the rewarding part. I'm sorry?
And they remember those things.
Right, and it leaves an impression. I've always worked with children, and I always tell my colleagues that part of the joy of doing what I do for a living is when I do the give back, and part of my business since I was 18 years old, when I first started in working, I've always had a give back program. There's always a philanthropy part. I've done Girl Scouts, and I've taught kids how to ski. I'm involved in a tennis program where we teach kids how to play tennis. And we're taking 12 kids to the American Tennis Association to play in the 100-year centennial in Baltimore in July. So because that's what we have to do. We have to bridge that gap and expose our children to all of the opportunities that are there, and be that village.
And that's what it takes. It takes a village.
It takes a village. So I know you have a 5 o'clock, and so I'm going to let you go. It's been such a pleasure, and we will definitely meet in person, and we'll get the information, and I'll get that disseminated, and we'll see if we can get you out to one of the breakfast mixers to let them know about the movement.
Sounds wonderful. I'm very excited.
Okay, me too.
Thank you.
All righty. Well, you have a wonderful weekend.
You as well.
Okay, thank you. So, audience, there you go. There's an opportunity for you to help our children and help them become those leaders for tomorrow. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back, and I'm going to tell you about some things going on in the city right now that we need you to get involved with and to sign up for, and we'll be right back.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
And I am back. Welcome back. That was a great conversation that I had with Dr. Manuel. And that's one of the things that we need to stop doing and we need to really make a conscious effort to not just work in our own little silos. This is like a wealth of information over here with the student voice, the village movement, helping our children develop those skills that they need in order to be college ready and career ready. So there are many of us out here that are professionals, and we have a wealth of information that we can share with young people so that their journey can be not as stressful possibly as ours, but definitely can be profitable. So give me a call if you're interested in being a volunteer with the young men and women of our city, and become a mentor to them and help them be able to work forward and move forward with their lives. So let's see. We got some great things happening in Los Angeles that we need you guys to attend. So on Thursday, May 25th, from 6 to 9 at Morningside UCC, the Jazz Church at 8722 Crenshaw Boulevard in Inglewood, California. Dr. George Frazier and his friends are back in town, and they're doing an evening seminar or workshop on networking now, the 5 must-have skills to prosper in the now economy. And Mr. John Brown, he's the CEO of Abaco Partners, and he's going to talk to us, and he's an amazing speaker. He's part of the team, the George Frazier team of speakers. So you really want to come out. The registration package, let's see, it's $15 in advance. The admission, $20 at the door. And if that is available, if they haven't sold out everything. And their executive VIP package is $25, advanced purchase only. And it gives you an opportunity to have a private reception with Dr. Frazier and a networking. And I think it comes with beverage, appetizers and a beverage. So come on out. You will want to reach out to Miss Barbara Lindsay at 310-498-3783. The email is lindsay1910@gmail.com. So come on out and learn out what those networking skills are and how to help grow your business. Networking is the key right now. That is, I think, the lifeblood of any business. I know it's been the lifeblood of my business because it has given me an opportunity to really create word of mouth business, and it's just really based upon my extensive network, and I work on that to grow that so that I have a referral base, both my referring and them referring to me. So we're Recycling Black Dollar, as in the we. We're hosting, and it's being sponsored by Southern California Edison. It's the 2017 EDGE Program Workshop Curriculum and Series. It's a free workshop series. Who should attend? Small business owners, key members of businesses, primes and subcontractors, and mid-sized and large businesses. You will learn to create, manage, and build business relationships. So we are hosting the first one on June 22nd, 2017, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., and it's building effective client relationships. The next one will be August 17th, and it will be from 9 a.m. to 12:30 as well. Networking and building business relationships. And then our third one of the series will be August 24th, and it is relationship management. And then September 21st, the final of the workshop of the series is managing relationships in all phases of business. You can register now. You can reach out to me, or you can call Jackie B at 323-449-2099, or email myjackieb@yahoo.com. There's also you can sign up online. So I will be posting this on our Facebook, Recycling Black Dollars Facebook page, and creating an event. So please sign up. It's free, and it is going to help you build your network, where all you have to do is pick up the phone or text an individual and say, I need, and they go, when do you need it? And next thing you know, you have the business. That is how I run my business. Now, for the parents out there, if you're looking for a wonderful camp that will be so beneficial for your children this summer, then you want them to attend the nifty biz camp that I will be teaching, and Miss Rhonda Santafort will be teaching at, and it's being hosted and sponsored by Nifty, the Los Angeles Urban League, and American Airlines. It's going to be an amazing camp. It's free as well. It starts July 10th to July 21st. It's free as well, and the kids will spend 10 days with us, 8 hours a day. So it's truly a camp. You can drop them off in the morning and pick them up at 5 o'clock, and they, at the end of the 10 days, will have created a business model, or in this case, we're doing something a little different this year. We are going to solve a pain that American Airlines has, and the kids are going to create the solution to that pain. They will compete for 3 prizes, a first, second, and third prize, and they will also be paid a small stipend for attending the camp. So if you're interested, you can reach out to me, 323-447-7272. You can go to Recycling Black Dollars webpage and reach out to me there. You can reach out to me on my Facebook page at Crystal Mitchell there, and the Business Zone, and also the Business Zone website. So that's how you reach us. Let me see, anything else going on? This is the time. Let's say we have a celebration. New Image Emergency Center for Homeless. They are celebrating their 28th anniversary on June 13th in the city of Long Beach, and from 5 to 9, I think, and it's going to be at the George Creek Cafe. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me. I can send you the information there. I think, let's see, Vermont Slauson, they have some events going on right now. They have a workshop or business plan class that has started or will be starting soon. So reach out there if you're interested in creating a business plan and getting that business or that concept or their idea that you've always wanted up and active. Then attend this business plan workshop and create your business plan and move on with your business. Let's see, anything else is going on? I think that might be it. So this is the Business Zone, and we will be back next Friday from 3 to 5. And Mr. Gilbert will be back in the studio. He will be here, and next week we have some great guests as well. Again, our theme for this month is reinvesting in our community, and that was what our subject was today, is how do we reinvest in our children in our community to make sure that they're prepared for the opportunities that will be there for them and for us to take over our businesses and to create their own businesses. And so get involved. Today we talked about the village movement, so get involved in that. Get involved in any programs that out there that will make somebody else's life better, and in turn will make your life better. So we're going to sign off, and I will see you next Friday.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.